Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurrect Autos HQ. Guys, I'm back from my break and yeah, what a fantastic time it was just to spend time with the family. It was definitely needed and yeah, really loved it, but you have to get back on it. You have to get back on the work, so here we are. But before we get into today's video, guys, just quickly want to mention about last night's football game. England in the Euro final. We just can't do penalties, so it's just one of them things. But the actual team, Gareth Southgate and his team were just spot on, really. So the best English football team we've had for a long time. And they've done really well to get that far, but it just wasn't to be at the end of the day. And penalties is not really, it's a 50-50, gamble with penalties, and it was a shame really that it went that far and we lost, but we just can't do penalties. That's it. So, but it was enjoyable. The whole contest was really enjoyable. Makes a change because of what the whole world's gone through for the last sort of 2 years. It's got to be 2 years, isn't it, coming up? But it's yeah, it was nice to see people enjoying themselves at a football match again, and hopefully that will continue and we can get out of this pandemic. But for now, we are concentrating on this van for Mark, one of my subscribers. He dropped this off just before I went on my break. He dropped this off, and yeah, today I'm just going to jump straight into it, rip that front end open, get that bumper off, bonnet, everything off. Let's have a look at the damage behind. And yeah, even though I was on my break, I was still looking for parts for this van. So just want to get a sort of head start. And I did manage to get some bits for this van. And I'll get into that in a minute, but let's spin you around, guys, and let's do this. Right, guys, before we start ripping the front end off, I'm going to set you up and I'm going to start getting that off to have a look at the damage behind the bumper, and let's have a look at this engine and that sort of stuff on the front end. Just want to quickly show you what I managed to get whilst I was on my break, and shouldn't really be doing anything to do with work, but I did. So I just want to get ahead of the game, just want to get a head start on today on this van for the parts that I definitely know that I need. The bonnet, I'm just going to leave that for the minute because I'm trying to find one in colour. I don't think I'm going to, but I would like to for the owner, because it's just less money for painting. So and I've got a bit of time whilst we're doing all the other repairs before we need the bonnet. So apart from that, I'll show you what I've got. So here we go. You can see the crash bar. These two parts are definitely not the right colour. They're like a silver. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some colour to match in a sort of spray can, aerosol, rattle can. And then I'm going to take all these parts off, and then I'm going to spray I'm going to spray the crash bar, the right colour. And I'm going to spray the top of this as well in the right colour. And the hinges, I've got 2 hinges. Going to be spraying those in the colour as well. Couldn't find any of these bits in that colour, so I had to go down this route and do it this way. But even these parts are just so. I didn't realise how expensive the parts are for these kind of transits. It's quite a new van, to be honest with you, so getting the parts are a bit more money. And yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was looking for the parts. But I did manage to get all this from one guy, so that's good. And yeah, you can see the crash bar at the front, and then the slam panel, 2 headlights, bonnet hinges, airbox, because I know the airbox on this one has got a crack. I've only got parts that I know visibly, like I can see, that I definitely need changing, and these parts do. Obviously, seat belts are gone as well, and the steering wheel airbag. So I've got those. So yeah, you know, good few parts really to start to get on with. But obviously, like I said, I can't put them on until we've got the painting done on them. But I can get this all stripped off, get it all stripped out. Like I said to you, like you see that, you know, the crash bar is like this blue. So I want to make sure that, you know, when I put this back, it goes back correctly. I don't know nothing about. I didn't get any rad packs or anything like that, because again, like I said, I only got bits that I know that we need. Obviously, this crash bar, I can see like a kink just here. Oh, you can't quite see it, but let's get this front end off. Let's get the bumper off. Let's get the bonnet off. Lights out. Let's get all that off, and then I'll show you the damage behind. So I'll set you up, guys, and let's do this. Right, guys, there we go. That's the bumper off, bonnet off. And yeah, you can see here, this is obviously the crash bar, and this leg here has been pushed in. Don't know if it's been damaged further back until I get this crash bar off, but 9 times out of 10, it crumples. They're the crumple zones. They're on the actual crash bar leg. So because it's quite minimal here and not further back, I'm hoping that it's just there, and then we just need to replace it, and these actual legs should be okay. It is a category N, so that doesn't really mean too much these days, really, when it comes to looking at these cars and parts. I've got to take these wings off, both sides, because you can see it's got a little kink here. You can see that little kink. So I just want to release the pressure, get both the wings off, get those pressures released, and then have a look at the actual. Hopefully, we can just repair these wings for him, because yeah, it's just an extra cost, really. But I don't know if I need to replace. No, that should just sort of, you know, move about and put back in position. You can't really replace that. You could, but it means going right. They're not bolted together, these little pieces. They're all welded and stuff like that. So hopefully we can repair those little wing brackets as well. They're pretty flimsy, I'm assuming, and I can just move them about to get them repaired for him. It's just all about sort of, you know, not going mad on changing everything. It's just, you know, what we need to change, we'll change. And then what we need to repair, we'll repair. So you can see it's got like a little kink here on that wing. It's not major, but because it's obviously once this front crash bar was pushed that way, it's now pushed this, like, and it's sort of doink. So it just needs to release, the pressure needs taken off, and then hopefully it will spring back put a bit of heat on the back of the wing, and then hopefully that will just spring back. So we've still got to take them off. We've still got to get these hinges off, because they definitely need taking off. Got to get this glass out of the way. Look at all this glass. Look, the glass ain't come from this vehicle. The glass has probably come from the other vehicle that was involved in the accident. I'm assuming, not unless it's come from a vehicle that's stored near this one. But they don't store these cars like Copart do, where they're just on top of each other and stack on racks and stuff. They don't do that. So I don't think it's that. I think it's got something to do with the other vehicle that was involved in the crash. That's what the glass has come from. But you can see that, we have got some sort of oil leak here. The sensors are broke as well. You can see that sensor there that broke. And there's another sensor there. Just the Lambda sensors, they're broke. I can see that now. So they'll need doing. It looks like this air conditioning unit, and has it got water? Is it holding water? No, it's not holding water. The tank's not holding water, so I'm assuming we need to get a rad pack for this. The intercooler on the side here, not sure in a minute till we get a bit further in, but we'll get a bit further into it and then we'll have a look, see if that needs replacing, but hopefully it don't. And yeah, we'll just carry on, but that's where we are so far. Yeah, good brakes on this one. Look, good, loads of pad there. You can see that. So they don't need changing, but I will give these brakes a service. Sort of take them out, take them off, check to make sure everything's working as it should. Sliders are working as they should, and that sort of thing on the brakes. And just double check underneath, make sure there's no kinks or no damage to anything else on the vehicle on the front end. But yeah, we need to get these wings off, get this crash bar, front panel, slam panel, rad pack, get it all off. I'll see if there's any aircon in the system. If there is, we'll have to go and get the machine to drain the aircon out. And yeah, just carry on. But there we go. I'm just interested to see, what's going on, why that oil leak is oil everywhere. I want to know why it's leaking oil. So we will see. But the actual turbo looks all right. I'm just looking at the turbo. It don't look that bad. It's dirty, but I can't really see any signs of any splits or oil leaks in it. But anyway, let me set you up, guys, and let's carry on. Let's get this a little bit further, strip down, and let's see how far we get with it. There you go, guys. It is all off. That was a throw into the deep end. Won the first day back from a break, but nah, it was all right in the end. Got all the parts off, got all the bits and pieces. That front slam panel, that was just, yeah, that just broke to pieces. But you can see what I'm talking about, that obviously the blue. You don't see a lot of this blue once the bumper's over it. So really it doesn't really need to be sprayed all over that one. But I think I'm gonna anyway. I'm just gonna spray them in. Yeah, get them coloured in properly. So as well as the crash bar, and I've got to do the hinges as well, so I'll do that. I'll go and get the paint. The lower part of this crash bar is actually okay. It's not been touched. So I'll see what the other one's like that I got for the lower crash bar. It's the support for the rad pack and that. I'll see what that's like. If this one's better, and then I'll use this one and take that one off of over there. Yeah. Hopefully, you know, I can repair all this sort of bumper and that for him as well, because, you know, we don't want to be spending we don't want to be spending money on this bumper only for paint and repair. Really, we don't want to be going and get another one. I've seen one in this colour. They're like £500 just for that bumper. So if I can, you know, repair it and get it over to the paint shop, and all we then got to do is just get the front grille. That grille's okay. That top grille's okay. Yeah, and just get some grills for the front, and then it should work out a little bit cheaper doing that way. Yeah, there we go. The intercooler, I think, is okay. I've checked all around it. That looks pretty good. Aircon pipes, all good. So that's a good thing. Back over to here. I've still got to get this battery disconnected because I've got to do some airbag work and stuff. So I want to disconnect the battery. But as you can see, it's like the battery's right tucked in, so you can't get to the other terminal on the battery. Which means I had to take this air box off so I can lift this. This actually lifts up, and then the battery slides forward. Just taking off that battery, but we'll slide the battery forward so I can get to the back terminal. Yeah. So that's that. These have definitely not been touched, not been hit. Both sides, they're in really good condition. They ain't been hit at all. But you can see that obviously that it's sprung the as soon as I release the thing, it springs it back out. And actually, it's not that bad now. There's still a slight crease there, but that's easy doable. We can just heat the back up, and just mess around with that a little bit. Still got to do these little brackets. So once the wings come off, we can do that, and we'll change these over once I've painted the bonnet hinges. Sorry guys, just but you can see as well that the actual engine mounts not been moved at all, so the engine's not been pushed. But we have got a serious oil leak here, if you can see. So this side of the engine, all this side is kind of covered in oil, like there. And they go to this side, there's no oil whatsoever on this side of the engine. So it's definitely coming from this side. But I can't really see anything that would cause that major issue, really. The oil cover is over here. So is it someone overfilling the oil and it's run down? Because it is up here. Like the oil is up here. You can see it's all up there. So it may be that, I don't know really, I need to have a real good look at this. But you can see it's covered everywhere. All at the front. So that all needs cleaning down. I think we're going to do a service on this anyway. We're going to do an oil change, oil filter, the whole lot. We have got some damage to this pipe system here. You can see it's kind of split it there. So I don't think that's going to be repairable. That is for the turbo actuator. Goes to that. like a breather pipe or something, and it's split there as well. You see that one there? So this is going to need changing, taken off. Yeah, I've got a bit of oil here. I've got a bit of oil here actually, there. Could that just be, you know, these, because that's oil fed. That might just need tightening up or whatever. Don't know really. I might just take these covers off, take it off. You can see that this is busted here. This is the sensor, O2 sensor. So Lamba. So that needs changing, but that's just a case of just unplugging it from that, bringing the wire down and unplugging it from here. This one here is that one that's broken. I'll check these ones to see if that one looks okay, but this one looks bent. It looks like it's bent over. So that might need, I might just have to change that one as well. But I'll have a look. Yeah. So there's a couple of bits of damage on it. But that oil leak, I really want to find that oil leak. I need to find out why. Like on the side of it, it's okay. But it's just, it's coming from somewhere. It's weird that it's all over the place. Like it's spitting everywhere. I very much doubt if it's the actual cam cover gasket. This does feel loose. Maybe it's spitting out of there. Don't know. I'll have to look into this to find out why it's doing that. Maybe it's a common problem. But like I said, guys, just going to keep stripping it down. So I'm going to take these covers off now. It needs a good clean. And yeah, it's just a little bit more investigating and find out what's going on. But it's not that bad. It's not that as bad as I thought. I thought we was going to find some sort of real damage, because this is the oil cooler here, and that looks okay. I don't look no problem with that. But yeah, I do want to get into this, get this covers off and get this off. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll set you up and I'll carry on, guys, and I'll come back in a minute. Right, guys, there we go. So I took this cover off now, and you can see that it's just, yeah, it's just all in there. It's everywhere back there. It just needs a good clean, really. There's not really anything over this end that is gonna cause that oil leak. There's no oil pipes. There's nothing like that at all. It's all air. So you've got air intake there, intercooler, aircon pipe, another aircon pipe. So there's not really anything over here that I can see that would really cause it. I did speak to the mechanic at the end of the road. He suggests that it's these connections here. So this pipe here, this one here, and this one here, these two connect to the intercooler system, and this obviously goes from the turbo. It comes out the air, and there's a lot of pressure right here. He did suggest take this off, so I'm probably going to take that off to see if there's any split on the bottom of this pipe here. But he reckons it's here. He's seen it before. He's seen it all the time, and it's the Jubilee clip on this pipe here that's not tight enough, and there. And I'll actually show you the intercooler itself. So sits like this. That's how it sits, with those two pipes there, connection to those two. And as you can see on this end of the two pipes, there's oil down there and down here. So the air pressure is obviously seeping from these two pipes here on the back, because this is the back end of the intercooler, and then it's been spraying out onto the engine itself. And I reckon that's where the leak is. He reckons it as well, and he's done loads of these. He's seen it time and time again, and it's just over time it's been doing it. Really poor, really. Really poor design. I don't know, but because it's not an old van, and it's not a lot of mileage, so it's yeah, it's a shame. But I'm glad that kind of I found out what it was. Got to change this O2 sensor. That's really gouged up, but it's snapped anyway, so we've got to change that. We'll change this one as well, because you can see that it's not quite straight. So we'll change that one, and I think that one seems all right, so we'll leave that one. And then it just needs a good clean up, really. A good clean up, get all that oil off the engine, off the actual front of it, and have a good tidy up of the actual of the oil. So, but I'm pleased that that's, I'm hoping that's kind of what it is. And I'll do some more research on this particular engine with that particular problem. And yeah, that's going to be us done on that. Just needs a good clean. Look at the state of it. It's terrible. In bloody mess. But yeah, just needs a good clean up. So there we go. Hopefully it could be the oil cap as well. It could be that it's loose. It's not really the tightest, cap that I've come across, really, to be honest with you. So it could be that's blown up a little bit and spun round. It could be a couple of issues here, a couple of problems, but definitely these two pipes are the main problem. So, but I will have a look at that one, get that off as well. There's a bit of glass and stuff down there. I want to get that glass out. There's some glass in there. So it looks like obviously the glass has come from the car that was involved with the accident, the other vehicle that was involved. Smashed the glass, gone all over this one. So there we go. Mark's turned up and got me some parts for the van as well. So yeah, he's bought me some bits and pieces, service bits and pieces he wants me to fit. So we'll get all that done. Oil, brake fluid, some water, all the filters. We're going to get I need to get hold of some transmission oil. He couldn't get it, I don't think, so I need to try and source that. With Chain of Problem, I can get that done. We've got to get this replaced as well. So that's the turbo actuator. No, that's the actuator. That's the turbo valve. I'll find out what it is. Anyway, we'll get that done. And yeah, I've disconnected the battery now and put that underneath the terminal so I don't connect to the terminal. And we can crack on, get the airbag system done, get the airbag steering wheel done, seat belts, crack on. I've got some paint as well for the parts that I'm going to paint up. Where are they? Here we go. Deep Impact Blue. A couple of tins of that. And that will get us, yeah, so I can spray that up. Spray the hinges as well. And the crush bar. The same colour as the van. But I am going to struggle with this rad pack. Because it's got the air conditioning on it as well. Can't find it anywhere. So I might have to go and get a couple of new ones. Get this one new and get the water rad new as well. And then we'll just use the fan because the fan's all right. But there we go, guys. It's a good start on this one. So this is part one. Yeah, good strip down today. I've been away for a week, so I kind of feel a bit tired now. But it is what it is. Get the old muscles going again. Get them used to it. But yeah, there we go. Tomorrow's video, guys, the next video is going to be a bit of a strange one. Someone's asked me to fit some splitters and sort of skirts on an Audi A1. So that's going to be the next video. It's going to be me doing that, and I'll show you me doing that. But for now, that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one, guys.